Hello, hello, guys. Welcome to Live with Jacqueline Valdez. I am super excited to be here. So we are talking about Journey of a Band of Brothers and songwriting. I'm super excited for our next guest. I have interviewed them on Sheen Magazine, and we have heard them sing live. They also went viral with Set You Free. So I'm super excited and honored to have our next guest. We have part of Lion Throne here.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
It's been such a while. I'm super excited to be here today. Actually, my phone was just ringing, wondering if we were going live yet, with a couple messages from Leslie from Upscale and another fan of yours.
All right, nice. Shout out Leslie and fan. Appreciate y'all.
I love it so much. So yeah, I'm super excited to have you guys here. You've been super busy since you went viral and have just been writing and creating more music and just been getting crazy in the studio.
It's been quite a wild ride. We've got a lot of whole pandemic. It's kind of like, I was talking to a friend of mine, it's kind of like filling up a notepad with inspirations, and initial inspirations. And you go back to revisit this like drawer full of stuff, and it's sort of scattered like, oh yeah, this one thing was awesome, or this one lyric, So piecing all that stuff together and putting together new music has been a ton of fun. It's kind of like sitting in front of a giant open toy box and seeing what goes well together.
I love it so much. So what song were you guys just working on? Because you just came from the studio.
Right. It's our new single we're working on. It's called the Spanish Masquerade. And I guess it's really an old song. I think Kyle came up with the bass riff a long, long time ago. And it just kind of has evolved. And then this year, I think it was about April or thereabouts, April, June, July. Brian started kind of penning some lyrics to it and elaborating on it some more. And, kind of in the way that he was just talking about, it was like just another one of those toys you can pull out of the box and be like, hey, check this out, guys. Look what I got. And be like, oh, you got something there. What else can we do with it? So
I love it. It's like little hidden gems.
Mm-hmm, definitely, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny.
Kind of like that. That's like polishing a gem a little bit. You got to get down to the good bits sometimes. But, yeah.
Yeah. And I love that, how it's like you could take something that you had from what you had before and still kind of just had it, tucked away. But then as time develops and time goes, you start to go back to some of your older stuff and just revamp it or add some more spice to it.
Definitely. I'll say we're blessed to have the chemistry that we do, with Justin on the drums, and also lending what he does to the rest of the writing process when it comes to vocals, and not just his parts, And the same with Kyle. We just did a trumpet part today, for example, on this new song, The Spanish Masquerade, or we like to call it Spanish joint amongst ourselves, but we went and fixed this trumpet part that when we heard the initial mix back, Kyle was like, I hear this thing, and he sang it, like I don't remember where Shorty was at the time, but I took a little video, I sent it to him. I was like, here, look at your silly ass brother singing this right now. But it was the part, it was the part. And we all knew that it was the right one. So it's a lot of fun to be able to pass that around to each other and know what we mean, to have our language kind of developed.
Yeah, I love it. And I love that you guys are still so close and tight knit, and you're still so joined together, and you have this wonderful energy of just brotherhood.
Well, that's what the whole thing, like the foundation of it all, is the brotherhood, the desire for one another to be successful and to encourage and bring out the best parts of each other, like this is the best group, the best team I've ever been on. And I've played sports and done things, but never have I had people that just always support me and vice versa, always can support and then know they're going to deliver. And then we all have a good time and it's all love. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very rare because it's not very common that you see, a group of people that just are a part of each other's tribe that really help each other shine and that are happy for the other person's success. So it's really beautiful to see. And just watching all of your Instagram posts and your videos and the stuff that you guys do, that's one of the things that I love about you guys, is that you are so passionate and you are just so bonded and you are just really being so creative together.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie.
Uh-huh.
All of our roots run deep too, like Justin and I have known each other for 2 decades. Kyle they've been playing music together in a different project before for over a decade. I think we've really found like these are the guys I want to play music with. So our success is kind of dependent on one another in that way. Like I know I can play whatever, sing whatever, but it's not going to be as cool as if I was doing it with Lion Throne. So let's make sure that my guys are always good to go, and we can always, rely on each other to support one another when we need it.
Yeah.
It certainly lends perspective to any artist, I would say, because it's easy to get stuck in your own, thought process, your own kind of tunnel vision of what it is that you're doing. And taking the time to find people that you do have chemistry with that's worth developing in the first place is so crucial. So it's really, it feels good to feel the benefits of that and to be able to reap the benefits of that through the ease of our communication. And I mean, just how chill everything is, you know what I mean? I've been in some projects that it's kind of a tense vibe, like, man, I don't want to screw this part up because so-and-so's going to think, it's not really like that. It's like falling down is part of the process. We're here to help each other back up. And I feel like that's how we really hit our stride.
I love that. That's such a huge tip to tell people too, because you don't have to have perfection, and it's okay to fall down and to really push yourself outside of the box and not get tunnel vision. It can be empowering to have other people support you and help you along the journey.
Well, one of the things, improv jazz will tell you is that there are no wrong notes. And that was even something I forgot, because I was kind of in that way, like really like, oh, I got to be on, because I was joining into the group and I'm just adding on to this thing. And so I was very much in that I don't want to screw this up kind of way. And that's one thing Kyle always tell me all the time, man, just be yourself, man. Just come on. I want to hear what you have to say, bro. So, and it's really real, it's just the encouragement of, be a star, shine bright and put it out there, and that's something I'm really appreciative for, because I know it's not something that everybody has, he was saying, been through however many projects, and here we find ourselves today.
Yeah. And I feel like the more you appreciate it and the more you accept it, the more abundance you get, and the more the process just flows so much easier and you get more creative.
I would say you get more creative. It also has a way of, the creativity comes with a sort of unspoken burden almost, you know what I mean, upon the person creating it. You're always your own worst critic and that sort of thing. And I'll say having that sort of group not only helps the creativity, but helps alleviate some of that burden that, you feel like it's all on you and make or break, like you've got no one to bounce an idea off kind of thing. So it works both ways in that way. Yeah, definitely inspires creativity in ways that you wouldn't ordinarily find yourself.
And it helps like alleviate that burden too, because sometimes like the trumpet riff we were doing today, like I just thought it was like, all right, it's kind of cool, let me just get out of the way, and they were like, no man, you got to play that right there. That's it right there. But in the same way, there's other songs where we get on and I'll be like, yo, that's like the sickest guitar riff I ever heard, man. And I know that maybe he might have been like, oh yeah, it's all right. Yeah. But I'm like, no, don't get rid of that part.
Yeah. The perspective is priceless.
I love it. And I love that there's only two of you guys today, but it still feels like the band's here.
Yeah, we're always with each other.
So we carry each other everywhere. Yes. Sure.
I love it. And that's why a lot of your fans love you guys so much, is the whole community and the whole support system that you have.
I love the familial feeling that we get to share with our friends and our fans. We're excited for the time when it's going to be live and in your face once again. There's nothing quite like that energy, but we found ourselves very fortunate to have made the fans and friends that we have thus far that we've been interacting with throughout this time. It's been really special.
Yeah, it's been very exciting to see. So you guys have just been really writing away this whole time and just really full force songwriting.
Yeah, I think with the material that we have now, we're going to be seriously talking about a full-length album release here pretty soon. We've kind of had the idea to just keep dropping singles, and sort of see where that might lead us. But we've got enough material now that we can start being choosy with what we would like to select for an album. And in the meantime, I don't think it would feel right to stop releasing singles also. You know what I mean? Like
this one might not be on the album. It might be on the album.
Yeah.
but I would definitely say the same. We've gotten really, really far. We've come really far in like developing our sound and just like he said earlier, like tumbling the gemstone of each song and just refining the process and refining the parts and figuring out what fits and what doesn't and how it's supposed to do it. And we're definitely ready to record an album. I'm definitely ready to record an album. And I'd like to really get some of those other songs that maybe people haven't gotten a chance to experience yet that I know mean a lot to me, that I know that we have the only recordings of, you know. So it'd be cool to put all that stuff down.
That's exciting. Yeah. So the whole quarantine and COVID has really just inspired you to push further and really driven you guys.
Well, it redirected us. You know, we had kind of already planned to enter 2020 with this idea of, all right, we've been playing a whole bunch of shows 3 nights a week and just playing wherever. And we've gotten all this practice and figured out what we're going to do. Now let's go put it into practice and have these performances at the places we want to perform at. And, you know, we obviously couldn't do that. So afterwards, we just kind of figured out right around Set You Free, when we decided we're going to record Set You Free, we're like, well, why don't we just keep doing this? Let's just keep making music, putting out these songs, you know, recording ourselves, figuring out how we sound recorded as opposed to live, and, you know, finessing all those little small details. So that way, when we get ready to have this album come out and we find the right person or the right studio or people, whoever, that are willing to sit down with us and really give us a shot there with, you know, that kind of time.
I would say that's a crucial thing for any artist as well, is taking the time to find the difference of how you perform and how you feel about how you perform in live settings versus the studio setting. It can be completely different if you're not experienced with that kind of thing. And even if you do have a lot of experience with each project, you know, will come a different kind of vibe. So spending time in the studio, you know, whether or not it's the real thing or however it goes, just spending the time doing it, it's all really rehearsal, you know, it's all practice makes perfect. So that's another kind of blessing in disguise of just us putting our heads down and working on new materials. We got all this production chops now that we, you know, we're able to hone and learn new talents and new skills and just get more streamlined in our creative process.
And also
I love that you say that.
So also build more relationships. You know, I think it'd be definitely unfair to call anybody not real, like a real professional. The people that we've worked with, we've gotten a chance to work with some really talented individuals that have really helped us to have something to put out there for everyone else to listen to.
Yeah, that's so exciting. And to know so many people have really just been coming into your circle over the last year and just really embracing you guys has been really cool to see.
Well, thank you. We've got some friends that helped us get that video together out in Oregon now, who, once this whole thing's over with, hopefully we'll be visiting for some live performances out there. And studio-wise, you know, some incredible friends, lifelong friends that we've made in John Ray and Barbara Higginbotham in Austin at Moon Lab Studios. Recently, Clifton Miles, who owns the studio we're recording at currently,
Matt
Stone Creek Sound. Yeah, Matt Saffy, who was engineering for us today. Shout out, Matt. But you know, it just continues to grow, which is such a beautiful thing about coming from a genuine place. You know, you'll very quickly find the people that you should be aligned with and those that you shouldn't. You know, give them your good graces and continue to try and grow in your path. You know.
I love that you said that. Give them your good graces and continue to grow, because not everyone you're going to mesh with, and that's okay. It's really important to listen to the energy and to people around you that are feeding your soul and your spirit and helping you along your journey.
Right. And in the same way, you know, there's someone for everyone, but everyone's not for everyone, you know, and so, you know, if we're not your cup of tea or vice versa, there's still that level of professionalism that you want to maintain. You know, if you want to be taken seriously, you don't want, oh, well, you know, these guys were jerks or whatever in this situation. You know, you want to maintain a certain, you know, a certain face at all times and make sure that you can be taken seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such great advice, especially for, you know, people going into the industry. You know, there's a lot of negativity and a lot of doors that are going to be shut on you. And you kind of just have to pivot and maneuver to a new path.
Well, not only that, but you know, it's like we were talking about people coming into our circle and the connections you make. You know, you give one person a bad attitude, maybe they know 20 people in the industry and they just go and badmouth you now because of that experience, you know, and then a whole bunch of doors might close. Whereas maybe if you left it on good graces with me. I don't think you'll work here, but I'll give your card over here to somebody else. You never know what kind of opportunities are going to present themselves. And so,
it's an interesting business, an interesting business to be in, Jackie. The entertainment businesses we're in, and you are, because you have to carry your ego with you. It's a part of what's going on, but you also, keeping it separate at the crucial moments and understanding, coming from the right place always is such a crucial thing. You said earlier that the situations need to be maneuvered, and that's definitely what it is. You got to be sharp and be ready to roll with what comes your way. It might be somebody with, maybe they got a whole lot of industry clout you don't know about, and they're having a bad day, you know what I mean? And you can completely ruin some bridge that could have been built with your response. So maneuver was the right way to put it, I think, when you said that really struck.
That's so true. Yeah, to really just be conscious of your actions and your words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what exciting things you guys have coming up? I know you've written some stuff and you have some more songs, maybe album coming out, music videos.
Yeah, we'll be talking music videos here pretty soon. Honestly, we have a bit of an overabundance of connections when it comes to that kind of thing. So it's nice to be in an opportunity where we can actually selectively choose what style of cinematography we might want to go with versus will this person be willing to go to such and such area or terrain or set wise. So we're definitely at the stage where we're going to need music videos quickly, and we've got a lot of people to make it happen. Whittling it down to who's going to be who for which project is really the process we're at. So we've got some work to do when it comes to that aspect, but I would say by summertime you can expect some new visuals from the Lion Throne camp, most certainly. And then this winter, I don't see why we wouldn't drop at least another 2, man, because we got too much to work on.
I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like
I didn't tell you that.
I don't see why. Personally, and the other guys aren't here, but you might want to comment, chime in, let me know. But I don't see why we can't just do a quarter like we did last year. We did Locked You In, then we did The Path, Set You Free.
I do it like that.
I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. That might be it, but I like the idea of having a new project to tackle, and then we can kind of, especially right now, because we can't really perform, which is, again, where we refined everything. Everything is just kind of being developed over all that time, whereas now we're kind of just rehearsing it here and there when we can. And so it'd be nice to have that opportunity to really put our nose into a new song and see where it goes,
Yeah. New creativity is always so much fun. Just something fresh and exciting. And especially, I know it's hard with not being able to perform. Like you said, the energy is different when you perform live than when you perform for a camera, when you're doing something on social media.
Definitely is very different. And it's something that every artist has had to adapt to in one way or another, you know what I mean? Whether or not you're going to do it a lot or a little. At the start, we kind of got going with more live streaming than later, but that sort of became so
popular,
saturated so quickly, you know what I mean? It was like, okay, why don't we try doing something a little bit different, and still chime in, of course, and still be interactive, but maybe not necessarily twice a week or anything like that. So having focused on that aspect for so long, we're really ready to get back to the live performance aspect of it for sure. So we do have some exciting things in the works for live performance going into the later part of the year and even into next year and all of that. Our manager, Gidget Espinosa, shout out Gidget, has some connections with a football club in Mexico, who I'll leave unnamed currently. But we will be talking about doing some international performance, hopefully before the year is up, pandemic willing. But of course, it's going to be up to the coronavirus. But we are in talks for taking this thing international for the first time. So that's definitely something that we're going to be dropping news on throughout the year as it comes our way.
Exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think we would also like to get some other creative content as well, like little, videos for you to click on and get to know us a little better. And, we're really silly. We're fun. We like to have a good time. And, we have a little bit of creative humor that we'd love to share with you guys. And so that's also, I think, something we're going to get in the works for as well. Just figuring out, just different ways to stay engaged with everybody. And just, have fun with the fans, because it's like we said, it's family, and we do really appreciate anybody that really, cares to watch us, listen, follow us, from the bottom of our depths of our beings. And we do really appreciate you giving us that support and that energy for sure.
And I think that's why so many people love you, is it's not just about the music. You guys are extremely talented, but it's also the brotherhood, and that you guys are just so much fun, and you're just so supportive of other people, and you are so stylish and have your own unique voice.
You know, we're all on this ride together, right? And so you might as well watch your brothers and sisters grow, I feel like. And it's more fun, you know, when you get to joke about all this a little bit, because it can get too weighty sometimes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, really keeping it lighthearted. You know, we approach some pretty serious material in our lyrics and in our music. And some of it's a little, you know, silly and lighthearted as well, but just keeping it in mind that it's a human thing, you know what I mean? And it's between all of us to share, whether or not it's your cup of tea, like Thomas said earlier. We're still just doing it for the love. So it's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, and it's true that you were saying how things can get kind of boring. Is there certain things in the industry, like it's very thought out if you're going to do a single, if you're going to do an album, or is it just you kind of just go with the flow?
That depends on your personal take and how much you want to put into it, really, you know. When we get to recording an album, you know, I've always loved concept albums from the past, like Pink Floyd's concept albums, you know, and several other bands that keep a continuous sort of theme almost or something throughout an album. So something that thematic definitely takes a whole lot more planning and really a whole lot more studio time. I wouldn't call it boring, but it can be monotonous, certainly. You know, it's kind of like going over everything with a fine-tooth comb. With a single, it's easier to fly a little bit more loose and kind of have a little bit more fun with it, I would say. And that, you know, you're not really going to harm anything too badly by just going in there and doing whatever you feel like doing. Inspiration on the fly could lead to some really magical things that maybe you hadn't planned otherwise. So it's fun to not necessarily know what sort of strategy you're going in with. You know, at the initial start of any single we've ever done or any project we've undertaken, we always have a clear idea of what we'd like it to be, but being fluid with the end result leads to more magic, I feel like.
Yeah.
Shorty Brown say, I just want to record songs.
And I love that you guys are just so organic and letting the universe kind of just help lead your way.
I mean, yeah, what's the saying? Luck is the residue of design, right? Like we're kind of setting it up and then it's going to fall where it's supposed to, whether it be the people that fall along in line with us and want to come support us and help us along the path, or whether it's picking a song to record, or it's all been very organic thus far, and so I don't really see a reason we should change it.
He's so eloquent, isn't he? I couldn't put that better myself. That was
so much love for you guys. Was there anyone that you wanted to do a special shout out to? I know we did a couple earlier, but
yeah, man, we got a lot of people to be thankful for. Clifton and Saberson for the single we're doing today. Of course, shout out to our team who couldn't be here with us today, Kat and Jay, Kyle Waters. We love y'all, brothers. Gidget and Leslie for making happen what you do. You guys are incredible. All of the Lion Pride who's been with us through this whole crazy year, man. We love y'all. We've seen a lot of ups and downs. Shout out to one of our original people, James Pico.
James, yes.
And yeah, we love you very much, man. His family went through a particularly hard time, and so shout out to you, James. We love you, brother.
Man, that's OG.
Yeah, it really is. He was there from the start. And to everybody that we may meet, you know, we're all doing this with open arms, you know what I mean? If you want to come kick it and listen to some fun music, man, come on, let's do it.
Yeah, we're super thankful for everybody who's in our circle and the people that may not be, who do come into our circle, and even the people that, like you say, ain't for you. We wish you all the best too. You know, we're nothing but love and good vibes over here. So
yeah, the good vibes just shine through all the time with you guys. I love it so much.
Honestly, we just want to make the world a better place, and we're really fortunate to have a way to do that, you know, through our creative opportunities. And so I really look forward, like I say, like creativity and songwriting. I look forward to like just the things that are able to just be birthed from the process, and the concepts that we get to come up with, and just the imprint that we're going to leave on the world. You know, definitely, I know men, especially, you know, we worry about our legacy. and I have three, four wonderful children at home, but two wonderful daughters that live with me full time that love Lion Throne, and I know that I'll get to leave that legacy behind with them, and they'll be sharing it with their friends, and so we'll see it all just explode here and be amazing.
Oh, do they do any instruments or sing?
Yeah, they run around singing our songs. Like I'll peep around the corner.
They sing like a mug.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
even the dog sings. The dog sings to Lion Throne.
He's got a German Shepherd, Kaiser. When the dog hears trumpet, he's in there like, oh, right on with it.
Oh, I love it. So much so. My goodness gracious. I bet they are just super proud of you and super excited to see all of this, bonding and just creativity and just inspiration of music and just sharing light to other people.
We're definitely blessed to have their perspective on it as well. You know what I mean? The kid will tell you straight up, it stinks, or or whatever it is. I don't like that, So,
or they'll both be in the backseat of their car, like, put your fist up to the sky, and I'm like, oh, word, turn it up there, let's go.
That is so precious. I think there's like something so beautiful about innocence and young ones that are just so free. And it keeps us staying young too. We don't have to get old. We don't have to grow up ever.
in here and in here.
Right. Yeah, I definitely look to my kids all the time and just try to put things in perspective. If I'm having a hard day or a rough day and I'm like, well, let's see, how would my daughter think about this? She would be thankful that the sun is out and it's not raining. Or she might be thankful it is raining and gloomy because there's a puddle to jump in. We got to find the silver linings all the time.
I love that so much. Yeah.
Sure.
Find the silver linings. I love it so much. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to tell the viewers?
Just thank y'all so much for tuning in today, man. We really appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing well. Keep an eye on Lion Throne. We've got a lot of new music and a lot of new visuals we're going to be dropping for y'all here, some new artwork. And y'all just keep taking care of each other out there, man. We're almost on the other side of this weirdest time in our recent history. So, we're all looking to be uplifted right now. So just stay doing that for yourselves and for one another.
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much. Yes, and new artwork. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we got a lot of local artists that we have interest with. So we're excited to see some different perspectives on new artwork from a lot of different local flavor, which we'll be shouting out when the time's appropriate.
Or fan art, if
or fan art,
send us stuff. We'll post it up, put your name on, and try to, get the love sent your way too. You never know what kind of, again, opportunities. You never know. Someone might see that and be like, oh, that's really awesome. I want to buy it from you. You never know.
That's so true. You never know the opportunities that are around you if you just don't take that chance and take that step past fear and just send someone some artwork and start dancing to some music or reach out to collaborate.
That's what it is. I say just if opportunity presents itself to you, take the opportunity. You know what I mean? Quit wasting time on something that you don't want to do. If it does present yourself to be creative or to maybe make that phone call or send that picture like we were talking about, make the phone call.
Yeah, like I said, remember, opportunities will make themselves. You definitely have to put things in motion, and it's even better if you have a lot of people on your team that are going to help focus on the goal, because then it'll just take off on its own.
Yes, create your destiny.
Manifest it. Go out and get it.
What is it that you guys want to be remembered for?
I think we're doing it.
I think we're doing it. Yeah, I think what we want to remember before is being creative and loving, honest, light, real.
And you are so beautiful. All of you guys just have so much good energy and just so inspiring to others. And you are so authentic and just creating your own path and just fun and loving and just open spirits.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Really, it's good warm.
So much love for you guys. And you're incredibly talented.
Oh, okay. My Siri just decided to pop up right here at the very end.
There he is. We've not
and I can't even. There we go. Go away, Siri.
Not assistance. Try to talk to Jacqueline.
I love it. It has been such an honor and such a pleasure and so much fun to have you guys. Thank you for illuminating the world with your presence.
Thank you so much for having us, Jacqueline. You're one of my favorite hosts. Have a blast time to you.
Thank you so much. You're making me blush. Lots of love, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. It has been such a fun time. Thank you for watching Live with Jacqueline Valdez, illuminating the world one voice at a time. Thank you, guys. Lots of love and light.